Good evening, ladies and
Good
gentlemen.
evening.
And whatever else. I suppose I better say that now. Just waiting for... Oh, there we go. Voisheng is now in. He's finished eating his dinner. And then we're just waiting for Guess Who to stop. He's on time sharp at the moment. Jake the Slayer. Just go quiet for a minute whilst I'm checking my phone that everything is in order. And then we can get going here in Suzuka.
Right.
Jake is in. So yeah. 10 past, we're all good to go 5 minutes early.
Let's go.
Good luck, Ayrton, saying Emerson in the comments. Of course, his brother, Ayrton, of course, he is towards the bottom of the standings, which we will go through soon. But of course, coming up for it in a couple of weeks, I think it's Mexico. And last season, I think it's the performance of the season, wasn't it? Ayrton won in Mexico. That was incredible. He's won in our partner league ALR this season as well. So you never know when he's going to turn up and surprise everyone.
That's it.
And then we'll go through the grid tonight. As young Tommy saying, even again in the comments, Tommy is one of two reserves we've got tonight. He's in the Ferrari, and would you have a look a bit further down? Here we go in the Red Bull tonight, replacing Adam. Young Tommy's replacing Fast, by the way. In that Red Bull, it is FIFA Beefy on his return. He's been out for a couple of months. Obviously, started the season in the Premier League, did a couple of races. Unfortunately, had to drop out, but he is back. And he has been missed. It'll be interesting to see what he can do today in the Championship, where he won the title last season, I believe. Sloth to walk it, saying double B plays in the comments. And yeah, Sloth is one of the favourites here. Of course, he's top of the standings at the moment. Voisheng, of course, in P2. I don't think Japan's his favourite track, and he's not had much practice either.
We'll see.
Yeah, so Bradfield's going to be joining us in the commentary team, seeing as there's no one has not turned up, so he can get the drinks out. I think I was on the drinks as well. When I was racing in League One, obviously I was spun at done.
You were, weren't you?
Oh dear, the safety car was perfect for me. I was going to come in that lap on the softs. And yeah, I was too quick. I caught up to Tommy too quickly. I couldn't stick behind him. I'd have hit into the back of him or had to brake, and I did him right behind me, so I couldn't do that. Went off the racing line, just hit that curve a tiny bit, and that was it.
It's a horrid corner, isn't it?
I was gone. I managed to recover to P7, so at least got some points out of it. But oh, and here we go. I can see hearts and flame emojis in the comments. I wonder who that is. Of course, it's young Tommy and Plotters. Young Tommy saying, "Come on, Plotters, fast AF boy." Future teammate, I hope. Of course, Tommy confirmed his promotion to the Championship. We knew it's going to happen for quite a long time, really. With the P2, I think he got in League One. So he will definitely be in the Championship next season. So congratulations to young Tommy. And talking of promotion, we have got... what was I going to say? Yes, Sloth and Voisheng, they confirmed their promotion to the Premier League last week from this league. And Liam is close to... I'm not sure exactly. I should have this prepared, but I know he only needs a few points to get promoted. Yeah.
It's all about relegation, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It
Concentrate at the back.
There's going to be some switches anyway. Of course, League One is going to be moving to a Thursday night, so we're all going to be at 7:15 for invites and 7:30 start. So yeah, there might be a couple of changes about.
Yeah, you never know what's going to happen. New season. Drivers come and go, don't they? So we just have to wait and see.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a cloudy start to quali. Not sure exactly what the weather's going to be like for the rest of the quali race.
Yeah, we want some rain, don't we? Really heavy rain.
In terms of the standings, Sloth is in the lead with 275. He's 19 clear of Voisheng. And then Liam is on 233, so he's 23 back on Voisheng. He has fallen back recently, but he's still got 3 podiums in a row apart from the last 2 before the last 2 races. So he is 70 points. Actually, no, that's the departure in 4th. That's not been updated. Of course, the departure is no longer with us full time. Hopefully, he'll be back next season. We've got lots of drivers hopefully returning next season to full time seats.
Hope so.
So Jake is in 5th on 108. In here, Jake needs to win all 5 races left with Liam, then dropping points as well.
Yeah, I can't see that happening.
So, yeah, if Jake wins all 5 races and Liam gets no points in any of them, then they draw. But of course, it comes into minus points as well. So effectively, if Liam gets, here's the only thing about doing minus points is you can never tell exactly when someone's going to win.
Yeah.
But Liam realistically just needs some decent points today, and then he is going to be promoted, isn't he?
Well, let's hope he can race on Saturdays. But Liam, he deserved to go up.
Yeah,
he dropped down, didn't he? So.
He will be. Yeah, even if it's not every week, if he goes up,
yeah,
if he gets top 3, he'll be going up. And yeah, towards the bottom of the table, Woods is on -5. So he does need to pick up some points. Alpha Fox is actually no longer in a full-time seat. Modu Job is on 0 points, but of course he's only raced once, so I'm not sure if he's going to go down or not, because it's not exactly fair on him. Adams then on 1, Vintage is on 2. Vintage is going to be in League 1 next year anyway, because he might be admin for this league next year. And Irish is on 4 points, picked up points in Britain, of course. Mushroom on 7 there as well. Ayrton's got 11 points, Cryptic 13, Theo 14, so yeah, that bottom half is pretty compact.
Yeah, I don't worry about Irish. I think he'll be alright.
In terms of, here is Irish, we'll watch him on the track. In terms of the constructors, in the lead are McLaren, 5 points clear of Williams. The last 2 events, McLaren have only picked up 4 points, whereas Williams have picked up 18 at each event. So it's 5 points between the top 2. Really intriguing. You've got to keep an eye on those orange and white cars today. And then at the bottom, Racing Point on 27. They need to find 24 points to catch up to Renault.
We have got a lot of cars come out now, haven't we?
After the season. No, there's only 6 cars that come out on the track. So.
All come out.
Yeah, not sure why exactly.
There's not going to be any rain. Normally it happens, doesn't it? You get a little bit of rain in like 10-15 minutes, Jeff normally says, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I don't know. Give us a weather report.
Yeah, it'd be nice if someone could. Anyway, talking of the man that could get promotion today, Liam has just started his lap, so we'll go on board with his lap. Yeah, it's just, I don't know this track at all. It's a bit laggy actually, this is. Yeah, we saw a driver lose it there, didn't we? In League 1 race as well. That was right in front of me.
This corner here.
Yeah, Dunlop here as well. That's where I just clipped that left-hand curve on the inside, and that was it. I was spinning around.
Game over.
That Alfa Romeo gets out of the way nicely for Liam. Nice turn there from him. In fact, we'll go on board. Here's the Alfa Romeo. Let's just start that. We'll go on board with Plotters. We'll do a whole lap on board with Plotters then. He now goes down straight into turn 1. Now the S curves here, then they can catch people out. You've got to either stay off the curbs or take a lot of the curbs, depending on which ones they are. If you clip that curve, you can go flying in. But he's done well through the S curves, and this is then Dunlop swings in. And you see it's so hard to control. There's some fresh soft as well, which I presume he's warmed up nicely as well. And he's invalidated his time there. He went 4 wheels over, unfortunately. Did Plotters.
Right.
And now goes into turn 9 down into the hairpin, unfortunately. He invalidated, so we're going to go back on board with Liam, who's close across the line.
Yeah, he's going to set a time of
DRS open, he crossed the line to 126.9, yes. Good opening up there. Shadow's in the pit, I think that's Woods who's next, that's a 127.8 for Woods, and Irish is a 126.9, but just quicker than Liam. Ayrton's going to be next, he goes up to P3, it's a decent time there from Ayrton.
That is, yeah.
And Tresayer also in the 126.9s, 1,000th quicker than Liam. League 1, of course, the pole position, there was 1,000 between Menace, Max and Beale. That's how close it was. And now
what were the times?
Between second and third.
What was pole time?
You can have a look. You can have a look.
Let's have a look.
Plotters then on his invalidated time, unfortunately. So next drive it is going to be, I think it's an Alfa Tauri, that is just on an out-lap. And we've got McLaren. In fact, we're going to go on board with Irish ADHD, Argentina. He made his commentary debut, didn't he, in League One as well, alongside Vintage, which was great to see. Great to hear, I should say.
Yeah, he done well, didn't he, Argentina?
Yeah, he
call
did
him
really
Argentina.
well. Yeah, definitely. Saves the confusion of Irish and potato. Nice exit out of the hairpin there. So easy to lose traction coming out of that hairpin. Turn 11. Goes around into turn 12 and into Spoon. Again, you can just lose. I keep saying you can lose traction here so easily in spin, but you can do it at every corner here, to be honest. Goes down the back straight then. And over the crossover point on the lap. About now. And it goes underneath. It's going down into turn 16. And the old pit lane entrance, might see some drivers use that. I certainly did.
Oh, it's Menace Max to the 126.4 for pole.
Argentina's a 127.4, so he's in P4. We're half a second off the pole times. Of course, Sloth and Vice our pole masters haven't been yet, and as I say that, Sloth is a 126.3, so he smashes that time already by 10. And this is just Q1, just great up there. Tree slow, I presume he's fueled about 5 or 6 laps worth. He normally does practice race run on the softs in Q1, isn't he? It's a great idea,
he's a very
really.
quick driver. Race him a lot this season.
And Plotters is a 126.7, couple of tenths quicker than Irish Tree Slayer and Liam. Great time there.
He's always been up there, hasn't he? Plotters, hasn't he?
At the top since he's been racing in this league. Of course, he did start out in League One, didn't he? And he was very quick. Beefy's on that lap and Vice Sheng's on that lap as well. Let's watch Vice Sheng's lap. Of course, WNR was part of BBB's Champion Series race on a Sunday night.
I didn't watch it. When did he finish? I
Sheng
forgot to watch it.
And Lynx from the Premier League were in Japan on Sunday, and I think they were 7th and 8th. I think they finished in the end, and yeah, and that was for a difficult track for them, so they did exceptionally well. Look at the limits Vice Sheng's pushing it to.
He's absolutely flat out round that corner, isn't he?
And he always lucky not to invalidate. Look at this. He's just absolutely flat out everywhere. I'm so glad we went on board with him, because this has been an absolutely phenomenal start to the lap. How he doesn't slide through there at that pace is incredible. He's taking every inch of the curve that he possibly can before he goes off onto the grass.
Look at it, yeah, he's taking that,
Look at that.
Took that. Every curve he's taken the curve.
Almost 4 wheels wide. It's just perfect. It's like it's a machine doing it for him. It's an absolute machine. Yeah, Vintage saying Fort made a great team. Let's talk about him and Argentina in the comms box, and they're absolutely brilliant. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, they've done well.
Have some more of that, I think would be good.
Yeah.
And look at this. This
right.
from Vice Sheng. Let's see.
What's he going to do?
Can we get him 125s?
Low 26.
Oh, it's 126 too. And Sloth Snap must have been brilliant too, because that's a 126.2 from Vice Sheng. That looked absolutely immaculate. And
it's definitely them two, isn't it?
As well. It's those two. They're going to be two at the top, and they're both going to be in the Premier League next year. And I think all of the other Championship drivers will be thinking, thank goodness for that. Wow.
I hope they get relegated then. I imagine I'll definitely get relegated from Premier League next season. Jesus Christ.
Here goes P for Beefy and about as set as that. And he does a 127.3. So he's just ahead of Equaz and Irish ADHD. Argentina, sorry, is 1,000 between them as well. And a couple of cars are 1,000 between. In fact, Tree Slayer's improved on his third on those soft tyres, so he's gone a tenth quicker, or nearly a tenth quicker. Equals just going slowly. Yeah, I think for 120, if you're in the 126s, I think you're going to be safe. But yeah, the cars in the 127s definitely 100% safe. Although if you look at some of the cars that haven't been yet, so we've got Shadows, Cryptic, Vintage,
and Shadows on the outlap. Shadows on the lap, sorry.
Bottom half haven't been yet, so I think the 26s will be safe. Good back from Theo, who's been up in P8. Next car to cross the line is going to be a Ferrari, and that's young Tommy's set time already going to P6. He's now coming into the pit, so he's not going for another lap. We've got a Renault next, and that is going to be Shadows. Shadows, who has struggled in the second half of the season after a strong start, but he's still in the top 10, I think, in the standings. He crosses the line, and yeah, he stays down in 14th at the moment, so the slowest of the cars that have been so far. We've got Weisheng, I think he's just on in that, and he is, yeah, they do tend to just do one run. Theo's following him into the pits too, and they've got an Alpha Tauri, and that is
got Mushroom on our lap.
Vintage is coming into the pits. Next up is going to be the Haas, and that is Vintage. No, it's not, it's Modu Job coming across to start his lap. Then have the Red Bull,
McKenzie on a lap.
Beefy going for another lap. But Beefy's going to start another lap, and then got Woods on that lap. McKenzie is next to set his time. And McKenzie again picked up his form. He had a bit of a dip in the middle of the season, but he's picked up again, and he's up into P12 at the moment. Not safe there though. I don't think 127.4 is safe at all. It's a good time from Theo though. Definitely a good time from Theo.
So well, Theo, he's got the pace, hasn't he? Yeah, he's got the pace.
Yeah, he has done really well. I think Ayrton's just on a slow lap here.
Is he a slow lap, is he?
Looks like it, yeah. Actually, I'm not sure. Yeah, he's into the pits, yeah.
Yeah, he's in, yeah.
Second run there for him. We'll go on board with... And Sloth's, yeah, Sloth's retired in the pits.
Yeah, he's definitely safe.
He's safe. Vintage. Oh, Modu's invalidated his time, unfortunately. Vintage now across the line just to start his lap. Oh, and if Shadow's going to do another lap. He's up on his time, I think. Well, he can't be, he's coming in the pits. Game's lying to us there. Oh, he might have got down.
I think it's Mushroom next, isn't it?
Be careful.
On board of Mushroom.
Next up is we've got a Red Bull. That's Fee for Beefy. I think he's going for a better, going for a hot lap this time. He had a lap saving up his ERS. Yeah, I think he might. He's slightly down. He's only a 10th down this time. Yeah, I think he might need a little bit more time. He won't feel 100% safe there. I wonder if he's going to set this lap. He's not setting it, he's coming into the pit, so he might be in danger there, Beefy. Don't forget we're about 40 seconds ahead, so it's 40 seconds more than what we can see on the clock. Woods comes across the line, goes up to P9, and get the button sorted. So that's a good time.
Yeah, Woods, he's got to be on it now, hasn't he?
And again, pushes Beefy, Equos, and Argentina, McKenzie, and Ayrton, and Shadders further down. Shadders definitely needs some more time than the others. I'm not sure why some drivers left it so late. Potter's in the tire in the pits, yeah, he's happy with his time. He's going to be safety through. Jake Laslay's now started his lap. Vintage has invalidated his lap, and that's unlike him, so he's struggling here too. The other three in the drops at the moment, so Shadders, Cryptic, and Modu all still in the pits. Even to Vintage. Bradfield is spectating all down, thought he'd be reserving. No. Oh, young Tom.
Nah, full grid, so unfortunately I can't race.
No, it's Woods racing for Renault, and he's doing well at the moment, carrying about and pulling it up in P9.
Woods needs it, doesn't he? He needs to get out those minus, but he needs some points. So yeah, how many races you got? Is it five left? Four left after today?
5 including today, yeah. So
5 including today.
But it's a good start for Woods. It's just he does tend to spin a lot in the race, doesn't he? But Jake Deslayer is actually 4th in the standings at the moment, so he's not had the best of seasons, but he's still, and he'll tell you that himself, but even still to be 4th, would be a long way off the top.
Do you know, that surprised me, that has, yeah.
It's just, yeah, he's top of that battle. Don't forget we've had a few drivers change throughout the season, whereas Jake has been, you know, in every single race. Obviously we've had Plotters is new, Equals didn't do the first few races as well. Here goes Jake Slayer then. What sort of time is it going to be? It's a 1:27.3 as well. So and then he's 9th. There's a 10th ahead of 14th. There is a 10th between 9th and 14th.
It's so close, isn't it?
That's incredibly close. It's not as if it's a really short track either. So really close here. This could be really intriguing in the last few minutes. We've got here the quali 1 in Suzuka. Yep, Bradfield tomorrow, saying young Tommy. Bradfield, it will be in that Renault tomorrow, won't he? Alongside his teammate who is
hot stuff.
There we go. That's it. Totally remembered that. Serious Mushroom in 16th then could be in trouble. Obviously in the drop zone at the moment. He does need to get out and set another lap. Vintage is going again, so he did manage to set a time on his second run, and for a second run for Vintage, that's a very good time. He's only a few tenths off Shadders, although he does need to find some more time. And he's going again as well. So, Cryptic's had a spin. Cryptic's been facing the wrong way, and I think he's got damage to the left end.
He has, yeah.
He has, yeah. He's not going to have time. He's not going to have time to get back on the pits.
Cryptic.
So Cryptic's going to be out, I'm sure, here. And Vintage is a 10th up, although he needs at least 6 tenths.
Horrible corner, though.
They all are around here. Modu is on a lap.
Yeah, they are, to be fair.
Shane's retired in the pits. And Shadders, not going wide enough into Dunlop there, and he got a bit of wheel spin because of that. Is he up on his sector one time? He's a 10th down, so it's not looking great for Shadows at the moment. Mushroom's in the pits, of course, we're about 40 seconds ahead, so the clock's covering on probably on about 3 minutes. Yeah, Pot stuff saying young Tommy, yeah, because I forgot who his Renault teammate was. Yeah, Truthslayer did 5 laps on those softs, so he always does that. I think it's a great idea. You're not going to use these soft tyres again unless you go for a scrub run in Q2, which you're not going to take your time on. Anyway, so I don't know.
Oh, Vintage here has invalidated this lap, but he's getting the pits.
Yeah, Vintage will have time. Oh, if we're on about 2 minutes 30, it'll be touch and go if we can get back out or not. Shallow's a 10th down, though. He won't have time to get in the pits and change tyres. So hopefully it's got enough fuel just to go again. Mushroom is going out on the track then. Cryptic is going to set this lap, and he's going to go for a lap with his wing damage as well.
Oh, I think he wouldn't have had time. You're going to validate. I think you'll validate. Yeah.
Needs to get out of the way of the other cars that are around him, because he's not going to be improving on his position.
No. Oh, is he blocked? Oh, who's
Ayrton's
that?
On an out lap. Ayrton's on an out lap, but yeah, he needs to let him through. There's no way Cricket should be setting a lap with that car.
Stick the hards on, mate, and then
Modu is on a lap though in sector 3 as well. Hopefully he keeps this one validated. And it'll be interesting to see what sort of pace he can have. Of course, he'd made his debut last week in Russia, didn't he? And he didn't pick up any points, but he looked competitive, and he crosses the line now, and he's up to P8. Great P8. Modu.
Great lap.
And he pushes Ayrton down to the drop zone. Serious Mushroom should start his lap. Shadders is on another lap in sector 2 at the moment, and he's flashing on his fuel, so this might, I think it's going to be his final effort. Trying to get through.
He's pushing it, yeah.
Beefy and Woods are still in the pit, so they're risking it on the 1:27.3. That could be the cut-off mark. Everyone else is out apart from Vintage has not managed to come back out, so he is going to be going out, as is Cryptic, because he's got that damage. So they will be the bottom 2. It's just can Ayrton, Mushroom and Shadders improve on their time. Shadders is still down on his time, but it doesn't look great for him.
Yeah.
He needs to find 4/10 in the last.
I think Mushroom will be okay.
Corners. Well, it depends if he sets the lap or not.
Well, yeah, if he gets through.
Shadders comes in the pits, yeah, so it's all over for Shadders. So we've got our bottom 3 at the moment. Mushroom is 4/10 up. So Equaz and McKenty, they're also up on their times as well. So I think Beefy's in trouble here. I think Beefy's in trouble. Equaz is next across the line. I think he's going to go soaring up the field into the top 5 possibly. Equaz crossed the line. He was only 9th, but even still, he's definitely through that in the 1:26s. McKenty's on a time. Ayrton's on a time. Mushroom's going to be next. He's 4/10 up. So with Bliss, again, he should be up to P12 at least and safely through, unless he makes an error in the final part of this sector. Yeah, just watch out for Beefy, because I think he's in trouble there.
Oh, I know Beefy can do a lot better than
Mushroom,
that, definitely.
Mushroom nearly coming to the pits there. I hope he hasn't lost too much time. No, he hasn't. He is up to P12. Beefy's down in 15th. McKenty and Ayrton are both up on their time. I think Woods is in trouble too. Beefy's definitely in trouble. I think Beefy's going to be going out. McKenty's about to come across the line in the McLaren, or in the title fight, and he's run out of fuel. And he's out.
He would have done it as well.
On the line. And
he would have
done it comfortably. McKenty runs out of fuel on the line. He is out of qualifying. We've got a bit of a shocker there. Ayrton is still a few temps up though, so Beefy's not safe, so he's 4 temps up. So again, unless there's a mistake here, Beefy could be going out. Or will he be spared his blushes again as Ayrton goes a little bit wide into the chicane? Although I think Ayrton's going to get this unless he runs out of fuel.
I think he's done it.
CRS, crosses the line, gets through to
P13, he's through.
And Beefy is out, and Woods is one very, very lucky man, because McKenty really should have knocked him out there if he didn't run out of fuel, and he would have done. But Ayrton
cool, that is tight, isn't it? That is tight.
It's incredibly tight. I mean, the top 2 are a good few temps clear, aren't they? But there is 7 tenths between 3rd and 17th.
Jesus.
Like I say, it's not like it's a 1-minute 4 track where you'd expect it to be close. It's you know,
yeah, it's not like Austria, yeah.
127s. Yeah, McKenty's saying no way, no fuel. Yeah, we're on board of it. It'd have been comfortably through. Such a shame for McKenty, and of course McLaren.
Yeah, he got the pace, mate, so I think he'll be alright.
McLaren, who are 5 points in the lead in the constructors, ahead of Williams. It's not the best of starts for them, especially with Ayrton getting through too. He does get knocked out in Q1 sometimes, and Williams got a good start. McLaren not so much. Yeah, as Bradford was saying, incredibly close, isn't it? between the whole pack, take away that top 2 and then the 3 at the bottom as well.
That's
I
it.
think, yeah, Shadows couldn't get that together. Vintage mistimed it a little bit. I think they could have got back out, but he missed it by a few seconds, and then Cryptic, of course, spun and didn't have time to go out. I don't know why he left it so late as well to set the time, but it's upper hand to Vice Sheng at the moment, isn't it? Only just. Alpha Romeo, very strong. Argentina, I didn't see that time. Must have done a second time there, Argentina. That's an incredible time. Back with it in that full-time seat. Plotter's getting over the heartbreak of losing his teammate, the Plata. But he's got a teammate just as quick in. I'm sure he'll be happy with him.
Yeah, Argentina's done very well, hasn't he?
Great time, yeah, it was a great time. I think Tree Slayer's got a lot more pace though, because he fuels the car up so much.
Yeah.
In Q1, he must lose a good few tenths from doing his fastest lap with a heavy car.
Yeah, he's very, very consistent, Tree Slayer.
Still not had a weather report. Cryptic on the Dan Murphy.
Yeah, we don't know. Is it going to rain?
We don't know. It looks darker, but we have got cars going to the mediums already, so I presume it's not going to be raining the race if they're going to be going from the mediums now. But we haven't heard anything yet.
It's a shame.
Plot was saying he doesn't know what strategy to do. Well, I did do medium soft in the League One race, and it would have worked perfectly. I think I probably would. I still had to overtake Bill and Tommy, don't get me wrong, but on the fresh softs, safety car came at the perfect time for me, and I think could have won that.
Well, if it was me, if I'm at the back, I'd have gone hards. Definitely gone for the hards.
Hard soft if you're at the back.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's just a different option, isn't it? And to get through this field, to start at the back and get through this field, it is very hard. So it's worth trying something different, I'd say. Anyway, we're going to look at Ayrton, who is first now. It's very laggy, I don't know why. See if Tree Slayer's lagging. No, I can actually change camera. Couldn't be there. I'll watch Ayrton anyway. Won't let me change the overboard camera, I don't know why. Hards if you're outside top 10, saying the only time you won't be close to plotters, so I guess mediums and go as far as possible. Yeah, it's not the easiest track to do medium soft. It's definitely not a stretch. I mean, there's some tracks, like you see Austria, you see Britain, you know, that is the optimum strategy, whereas here, it is...
Punish your tyres. So many corners.
Really struggle with tyre wear. I mean, I do anyway. Some of these drivers are absolute monsters, so it wouldn't surprise me if they find it a doddle. But yeah, I'd say it's one of the hardest ones to do medium soft. Of course, it's the best strategy. You know, you want to do medium soft all the time. It's quicker if you can. But yeah, this is borderline here. I think if there's one more lap in the race, medium soft's not the best strategy.
No. Depends if you get a couple of safety cars.
Yeah, depending on the safety car, absolutely. Saying Dylan. Oh, Equal's going out in the inners. He's not going out in the inners, but he's got him on in the garage. Cryptic now, Ayrton now starts his lap. Sorry, Cryptic's not even in Q2, is he? After his spin in Q1, so Ayrton starting the mediums. He does always go for the mediums. I noticed that throughout this season and last season. Mentioning earlier, without winning Mexico last season, there's not many of these drivers that have won a race in WNR before. But Ayrton is one of them, so he'll be looking to get back up there again. And Japan is one of those tracks. Anything can happen here. There's so many places to spin. It's survival of the fittest, really. In some cases, if you hang on in there, you're going to be given a good chance of getting some decent points at least. And it is, yeah, a lot of the cars are going out in the mediums, aren't they, at the moment? Ayrton is, Tree Slayer's on a lap, Plotter's on a lap 2 in the mediums. The only other cars out are Woods on out lap, Tommy on out lap on the mediums, and then Irish is on the soft, but he usually does do a scrub run.
He's do a banker lap, isn't he?
Yeah. Can see a safety car in the first 5 laps saying Tommy, oh, you nearly went wide there, Ayrton, but you well hold that together. Yeah, this is a track. It's a small track, isn't it? Not much room. It's very rare you see a Japanese Grand Prix without a safety car, let's say that. And
I'd be surprised.
We've had some incredibly clean races this season, especially Championship as well. A few where we haven't even had a single DNF, but Japan, I think it's impossible. Ayrton goes to P1 for 129.0 then, so he's couple of seconds off the pace at the moment, as Teresa is a 1:27.1, so on the and that was just a banker lap on those mediums, and he'll go again later in the session. Woods on that lap now, about to start his lap.
That's a cracking lap from Teresa on the mediums.
That is a 1:27.3, yeah. It was a really good time from him, and I think that, well, depending on how many go for the softs, it might get him through. Irish, yeah, he's definitely on a banker lap, as we expected, as he usually does. He won't be starting on those tyres, but then we go young Tommy's on an out lap. Irish ADHD's on an out lap. Sorry, Argentina. Plotter's invalidated his medium run, so I presume he's going to come in the pits. And as you say,
got
again.
Woods.
No, he's not. He's going again. Plotters goes again. Woods is in sector 1.
He's on
Ferrari's next. That's young Tommy, I think, just coming across the line to start his lap. Next up, we have an Alpha Tauri, and that is Equaz on an out lap. Then Argentina on an out lap. And we've got the Williams of there. And I wonder if he's going for back-to-back. Not sure if he is. He is pushing that car now. I don't doubt he'd be pushing those mediums if he wasn't on that. So I think Ayrton's going for it here. No, he's not. He's 2 seconds down. How wrong I was. Maybe he's committing to starting the softs then by pushing it on that set. Tree Slayer then. And then we've got Woods on his mediums.
He's see what he can do.
I swear it wasn't
he
he
needs
racing
some points
for it in Mexico last season, saying Emerson. Yeah, there were a couple of people that suspected that. But, yeah, it was a quality win, whoever it was. Woods crosses the line, goes up to P2. Second slower than Tree Slayer, though. Then got the Mercedes of Irish, who's just... Oh, he's up on his time, I presume he's again just going for another banker lap. Or if not, he'll come into the pits with Irish. And he does, yeah. Got McLaren in, and that's Liam on that lap. And he's on the soft tyres, so I don't know if he's doing an early scrub run or wants to start on these softs. If you are on the softs, it's soft hard, probably. Soft medium, again, that's stretched. And then, yeah, very rare to see a 2-stop around here. But then got the Ferrari, though, young Tommy up, and he's on the mediums. He goes up to P2. He's 4/10 slower than his teammate for the day, Tree Slayer, but even still, it's a quality lap. And Argentina's going to be next. And no, it's not going to be Argentina, it's Plotters, sorry, who I think invalidated against, but he is going to be going for another lap. But he's starting on which will be 3-lap old medium tyres. So Tommy gets out of the way for his mate. I think more than mate, going by a lot of comments between these two. But yeah, Plotters doesn't want to be starting 3-lap old medium tyres, because that makes the medium soft strategy incredibly hard. As we just see, Equaz got to P3 with 1:27.7, a couple of tenths slower, as Argentina is just 300th slower than young Tommy. We're on board with Plotters at the moment. He's got Weisheng in front, who's just on an out lap, and he does get out of the way nicely, as you would expect. Woods then just on an in lap, coasting it home. Liam on his lap on the softs. Is he going for it on this lap? I think he is. Ooh, yeah, I think he is. Going by that time.
Let's commit to softs.
Oh, he's sliding a little bit there. Did a little bit. I think this is still going to be good enough, though, to get him through. And it's a 1:26.8. Great time there from Liam. And he should be going through at that time.
He only needs a few more points, so he should be alright.
He does, yeah.
No pressure on Liam.
Again, as we said with Liam, it's so hard. If he picks up 0 points in the last 5 races and Jake the Slayer wins, Plotters goes up to P2. What a lap, Plotters. 1:26.9 and 3-lap old medium.
Incredible on the mediums.
Incredible lap.
Wow.
Really good as a red. 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow. There they are. Tommy now coming to the pits then. Next time, Equaz just on in that serious mushroom then. He is in sector 2. Now coming, sorry, sector 3 he's just coming to. On the medium tyres. Again, he's not really one to go for soft tyres, is he? He doesn't like going for that strategy. Mushroom and DRS open, cross the line, and he joins his teammate. Yeah. He's up into P6. If we have a slow Mercedes going, and we have, that is Williams Ayrton, who's now on the softs. Or he's invalidated. Did he invalidate this next lap? Did he come onto the final corner? I'm not sure. Anyway, we've got Theo Weisheng's invalidated this time on the mediums. So I presume he's going to save up and go again. That could be key already, because if he's starting mediums out of a lap older than Sloth, possibly 2 lap older, and that could be an advantage to Sloth. Now for Tauri then, that's Equaz, just coasting it home. into the pits. Then got McLaren and Liam again on in that, I presume. Modu Joban about to cross the line. What can he do on these medium tyres? Crosses the line and he goes up to P4. It's incredible for Modu. On his second race, he's definitely showing more pace than he did last week. Really, really good effort there. On the medium tyres, quicker than Tommy, Argentina, Mushroom and Equos. They're all definitely decent mid-table.
Because are they going to commit to, are the medium runners going to commit to mediums, or are they going to all go on softs?
They go for the softs. See now from Mariner coming to the pits, we've got a bit, Sloth just on that lap, but going with Ayrton who's on the lap. Oh no, he's not, of course, invalidated, which we think was Listen next. Irish did a banking lap on those medium tyres, he's getting a bit of a tow from Mushroom there, and Jake the Slay is just in front, so both Mercedes cars are going to be setting the time on the medium soon. They've come together a couple of times, haven't they, this season, both Mercedes drivers, I think, in Zandvoort and last week in Russia, but Jake the Slay crosses the line, he goes up to just P9 on the mediums, and Irish goes up to P3, cracking time from Irish. It'll be hard to knock that out, but yeah, there's only 6 tenths between both of them, but Jake down to P10 now, because Irish set that time. Definitely in big trouble there, especially with Sloth and Weisheng yet to set a lap. 5 minutes left in this session, so Sloth and Weisheng, Sloth just crossed the line to start his lap. Weisheng did obviously invalidate his first run, but he is going again now, and unless he makes a mistake in sector 3, he should be okay. Look at Plotter's man, so inspirational, saying, young Tommy, someone wish me luck, gonna need it, saying for me moment, which is Jake the Slayer, and yeah, he's down in P10 at the moment, when I get my words out. So yeah, he's going to need something, a bit of luck to get through now, isn't he? But Weisheng, he doesn't need luck. He goes P1 with a 1:26.6 on the medium tyres. That is just incredible. Absolutely incredible. And I'm looking forward to seeing him full-time in the Premier League next year, to see what he can do right at the top. That will really put him to the test. Jake the Slayer then is not going for another lap. He's too slow for that. I mean, this lap time's too slow for that. So I presume he'll be coming back into the pits and then putting on the soft tyres. Theo's still in the pits. He's did the time on the mediums. Woods is on and out. He's back out on the mediums though. Ayrton is in the pits, and I think he's going to come out again, possibly on the softs. I don't know if he's going to do it or not. Theo's already changed to the softs. Tommy and Tree Slayer changed to the softs just in case they need to. Of course, Liam's already done his time on the softs as well. So if we quickly flick to best, as you can see, everyone's gone the mediums apart from Liam. Liam just wants to guarantee that he's through to Q3. Sloth then, this is a slow lap from Sloth, so I don't know if he made a mistake somewhere towards the beginning, and then now he's going to go for another lap. But the pressure is on this lap, so he makes a mistake, he's going to be struggling for time. Here comes Plotter's fan club saying, Dylan, yep, they're here. The whole one of them. Sloth then in sector 1, through the first couple of corners. Only car on a lap. Oh yeah, Woods of course is on a lap, and then Weisheng's on an in lap. Yeah, pressure is on Sloth. Just under 3 minutes left in the session. So if he doesn't set a lap now, he's only really going to have one more go at it. But yeah, he's up on his first time. Of course, his first time was just a banker lap. Yeah, both Williamson in 14th and 15th at the moment, second in the constructors. And Ayrton's left the session, so that's not good for Ayrton. He needs to get back in as soon as possible, because he's going to struggle for time now to get back in. I think everyone's got at least 4 invites. Jake the Slayer saying he does struggle at this track. And yeah, Ayrton's not usually one to have a disconnect, so hopefully that's not an internet-related problem for him. Because usually the ones that Codemasters decide they don't like, it's usually the same ones that you see pop up saying they've left a session. Yeah, Ayrton's not normally one of them. And yeah, Sloth is way up on his time. As we see Woods, he only makes one place, Woods, on those medium tyres, and he's low on fuel. I think that's Woods done. But Sloth then is going to bring it across the line. Can he get ahead of Weisheng? How close is it going to be? He can't. He's 2 and a bit tenths slower than Weisheng. He's behind Liam.
Jake is done, Slayer is done.
Jake's in the pits. He needs to get out. Needs to get out quickly. Equos has retired in the pits. So Equos has decided he wants to start on the medium. He doesn't want to go for the softs. So Equos will be going out. I think a couple. And is that Jake the Slayer now coming out? Or is that the other Mercedes?
No, Jake's not going out again.
It is Irish coming out, isn't it? Jake not going out again then. Yeah, he's just said that in the comments. Modu Job's not going again either, so some of them opting not to go for the softs. And I don't blame him, to be honest. It's a difficult strategy to start on the softs. Weisheng's tired, of course, it's safe. And Beefy's left the session now too. Yeah, hopefully already out, so that won't affect him. Theo is out that then. We've not actually got anyone on the lap at the moment, have we? Sloth's just on.
Yeah, Woods is out. Theo an out lap. Ayrton in the garage, he's out.
Fuel. Yeah, Ayrton is in the garage, yeah, he's not managed to get back in the session, so Ayrton is out, Woods is out, Jake is out, Equos is out. So, and Mussum's in the pits. So all we've got
Theo can do
is Theo on his lap. And if Theo gets through, he will knock out Mushroom. And that is all we've got to play for here. So yeah, Argentina, Irish and Treece, they're all mount maps. They're all safe. They probably won't know what's going on behind unless they listen to the stream and they can back out. But it is all between Theo and Mushroom. Theo, of course, on these soft tyres, it'd be... You think he'd need a mistake to not get through. He's already 4 temps up, nearly just through the first sector. He only needs to find 6 temps to get through.
I think Mushroom will be quite happy at P11.
Yeah, I'd be happy at P11. AlphaTauri are looking good. They're 10th or 11th at the moment. Could soon be 11th and 12th. And they've been in a really good position there. They could both start on the hards and then work together. It's a really good opportunity for AlphaTauri. It's a brilliant team got going there. They're really rubbish when they had a different driver partnered up with Equos the first half of the season.
Yeah, they did, didn't they?
Just want to quote Weisheng saying quick to Calabar, I've done no practice. Yeah, they were some of the words that came out of Weisheng's mouth earlier today. Doesn't need practice, does he? Anyway, Theo's going through the last couple of corners. He's nearly a second up in his time. He's going to be through and Mushroom's going to be out unless he runs out of fuel or something. Liam goes quickest. Theo's up
P3.
There we go. Of course, there's only 2 cars in the end went for the softs. So Theo and Liam will be starting the softs. Everyone else in the top 10 on those medium tyres. And the cars going out there, as you see, AlphaTauri going to be 11th and 12th. Jake's there 13th, Woods 14th, and Ayrton 15th. Unfortunately, left the session and didn't manage to join back in time. 3 thousandths was the difference between Argentina and Serious Mushroom going through there. So I think Serious Mushroom will be happy with P11. It's a good place to start, but at the same time, I bet he'll be thinking that one corner where he might have made a tiny mistake or been a bit slidey, he'd be thinking if it wasn't for that, he'd be through. But even still, 11th and 12th, that's looking good for AlphaTauri. He's starting on fresh tyres. That'll really help them. Whereas, yeah, Plotters, Sloth and Weisheng all did multiple laps on their medium, so they'll struggle to do a medium-soft strategy. But we've seen it with Weisheng a lot of times before. He goes for a medium-hard instead of pushing for a medium-soft. So I wonder if that'll be the same here today or not. Break that from Theo on softs, but still, saying Young Tomic, yeah. And yeah, Mushroom saying me and Argentina so close, yeah, we're just speaking about that. So yeah, both Ferraris and both Alfa Romeos are going to be through into Q3. And yeah, Theo through to Q3, that's a good effort from him, albeit on those soft tyres. He's not usually one in Q3, and then Modu Joe, I'm sure he's going to be happy with that too, his Q3 debut. So yeah, no AlphaTauris in Q3, but of course they're both 11th and 12th, which is good, and then no Renault either. Obviously Woods and Shadders will be starting further down, and Ayrton saying, could he get another invite? Yes, he can. As soon as it lets me. Yeah, do send everyone a good 4 or 5 invites, but sometimes for some reason they don't show up on the notifications, so I'm not sure why that is, but yeah, like I say, Bradfield sat with us as well, so if it happens in the race, obviously he can send invites as long as you got him added. So yeah, if you haven't got J Bradfield 86 added, add him now, and then if for some reason you can't see these invites, then he can get them to you when you need them in the race. I'll send Ayrton a few now. There we go, he has joined back now. There we go, he's got a couple of invites spare as well. Get our telemetry set up. So I wonder if Liam and Theo, because they went through on the softs, I wonder if they're only going to be able to do one run, or possibly the first run on the scrub tyres because of that. But Plotters is first out, so we go on board with Plotters. Oh, Modu Jobs only made Q3 last week too. There we go. Yeah, I didn't commentate last week, did I? That was vintage because of the stupid thing.
It's vintage, wasn't it? Yeah. Went very well, were you?
Oh yeah, it was that last week, wasn't it? It was a week before it wouldn't let me stream on the Friday. So yeah, I haven't actually streamed the championship for 3 weeks. But yeah, I'm back. Knew I'd get pushed out to softy saying mushroom. Yeah, Theo and Liam put no softs on. I think Liam, with his pace, probably would have got through on the mediums anyway. But yeah, Theo on the soft tyres, that's what pushed Mushroom out in the end. Take the hards, Mushroom. Think they'll get you to the rain, saying Tommy. So we're finally getting some sort of weather report. I think everyone's ignoring us when we ask for a weather report. They're trying to keep
we've said it a few times, haven't we?
But are we getting rain?
I'd love to see some rain.
Well. But Plotters is now about to start his lap then. He's definitely looking like one of the nearest challengers to the top two, isn't he? His Q2 time is incredible in those mediums. Into turn one then. He's sliding a little bit there for Plotters. It's not a great camera angle, you can't even see the car through there. Yeah, in the pits we've still got Tommy, Argentina and Sloth. Sloth now on and out now. Just letting for some of the traffic in the first run. Rain at the very end of the race. We're hearing and Plotters has hit that curb going to Dunlop, and that would cost him time there. I don't know how it's not spun him, but yeah, I touched it and it spun me in League One. It's not fair. Plotters already on this lap. Probably already lost the temperature. Mushrooms after session 2. Hopefully there's not a lobby glitch, but there's a few that have been kicked from the session now, which you don't usually see being kicked. Hopefully all is well. I just hope it doesn't happen. And there's Tree Slayer in the gravel, out of Dunlop, and he's not got any damage, but he's lost it there, and that is on his lap as well. So not the best of starts for Tree Slayer. Plotters then back on board with him as he's now about to come out of sector 2. It's a 1:10.3 as he finishes sector 2. Last 2 races it said plus 45. It's been like the middle of the race saying quick, but yeah, it's never spot on, is it? Sometimes it comes halfway through, sometimes it doesn't come at all, and Plotters is a 1:26.6. That's a great time for Plotters, and I'm sure he knows from that lap. There's another tenth or two he can get from it as well. Next one to cross the line, a Sloth just on and out lap. Next it's going to be Irish New Potato then. On his lap, in that Mercedes, let's see what he can do. Can he get ahead of Plotters? Can he beat a 1:26.6?
I think he will.
Yes he can, just by 2 attempts. As the Red Bull and Vaisheng invalidated his time and he comes into the pits. So he's invalidated again, unfortunately. Tree Slayer's next, but of course he had a spin on his lap, so I think he'll be in the pits. Liam's invalidated his time as well. I think that might be on scrubs because he went through on the soft tyres in Q2. Bit of a break really. Next car we got is Modu Joe, now starting sector 3 now. Yeah, Mechanic just saying in Discord how he ran out of fuel in the last corner as well. Yeah, not too happy about that. Tree Slayer, in fact, must have a couple of laps of fuel in the car as Modu Joe's really pushing it over that final corner. Lucky not to invalidate, but pushing it to the limits. Modu crosses the line. 1:26.7, just a tenth of Plotters. Great time there for Modu. Next is going to be Theo. And again, same as Liam. He didn't take much of the curb there. He lost some time from not taking the curb. Theo crosses the line. It's a 1:27.1. So yeah, he would have lost a couple of attempts from not taking any of those curbs.
Oh, Sloth has invalidated this lap.
Oh, so Sloth's invalidated too. So Sloth and Vaisheng have both invalidated, although Vaisheng is going straight back out already. Young Tommy on and out that lane in front of him. That is... That is in front of him. That was a car that's now for a male coming to the pits now. Anyway, Sloth is going
to
again.
Go out again.
Hopefully he's got enough fuel. Irish then in P1 at the moment, now comes into the pits. Not really had a first, we only had 4 cars set times really, haven't we? But young Tommy and Sloth now on laps. Tommy is... Actually, we're going on board with Tree Slayer, of course. He's now in sector 3 after he spun on his first lap, so these tyres are a bit dirty and a bit older. So he's definitely got more time in the bank than whatever he sets now, and that's pretty worrying for the drivers around because he's still set at 1:26.6 for those tyres. P3 for Tree Slayer, just gets ahead of Modu by about 10. Again, a good lap there from Tree Slayer, good recovery.
Theo's invalidated. He's in the lap, is he?
Yeah, he's already set his lap. And it's Vaisheng on that lap, Liam on an out lap. Argentina's still in the pits, Sloth and Tommy on their laps. We're going board with Tommy as he goes through Spoon.
Ferrari.
We need more tracks with bridges, saying Tommy. Yeah, of course. Well, Tommy's about to go over where the track goes over another part of the track. I think it's the only track like that, isn't it? There goes Tommy then.
I think he can get P3 here.
I think he can get P1. Tommy's about to cross the line. Where can he go? Oh, he gets P2.
P2.
Oh, we were close. But yeah, that time of Irish is a bit too much at the moment for him, isn't it? He pulls over to let Weisshen through and now starts his lap. Sloth then, what can Sloth do? Sloth has gone wide. I think he might have run out of fuel. Or realised he's not going to be able to. So, trouble for Sloth then. Because he's still not set a time, but...
He's got to go for it on that one lap now, hasn't he?
The very best drivers. It's not just because they're quick, it's because they handle it under the pressure as well. As I'm sure Sloth will, but still, Argentina in the pits is just going to go for one run. Liam's on a lap, as is Weisshen.
Weisshen, yeah.
And we'll watch that now. Take us through it.
Look, he's going to hit it, look, like he's done on his first lap in Q1. Absolutely nails it. Touches the grass there, hits every curb. Oh yeah, he's pushing it to the limit, isn't he? That's where you got to find the time, innit?
One little error though.
That's it, and then that's, yeah.
And he just never seems to make it. I mean, he validates some lap, but when it matters, he doesn't.
No, that's just a cracking lap, this one, yeah. Definitely pole, this one. Provisional pole.
And it's a 125.
Wow.
125s comfortably. 7/10 quicker than Irish in second. That's just ridiculous. Absolutely insane from Weisshen, that is.
He's definitely going to be fighting Denzo, isn't he?
I think he can be. Denzo, Lynx, right at the top next year in the Premier League. Anyway, this is a championship, and Liam is about to cross the line. He's up to P3. Just half a tenth off Irish. A great time there from Liam. Next to set a lap, it's going to be Plotters. He's on a lap in P5. He's got Tommy only 0.034 in front of him. She'll be heartbroken if he beats him. Brilliant lap by Weisshen.
Yeah, I think he can get P2 here.
I've run out of words to say about it for Weisshen. He just hits every corner right. To
Spot
the limit.
on.
You can't fault it. And Cryptic saying he wants to say that Weisshen beats Denzo next year. And Plotters is 3 temps up here, so it looks like he's going to get P2 with this lap. Obviously other drivers still got to set another lap. Here goes Plotters then. He's looking really good on this lap. He's going to gain a lot of time, and he does drop to P2, gain 4 temps on that lap. He's over 2 temps clearing P2. I don't know if he's got time, I don't know if he's got the fuel on board. He's got the time, I don't know if he's got the fuel on board though to go around. Weisshen comes into the pits. I'm not sure. I don't think. Oh, it'll be touch and go, and we can get in and out again for another lap. But I don't think he needs it. Sloth's in P9.
So it's up to Sloth now, isn't it, to see what he can do.
It is, yeah. Obviously, at least if Weisshen can't set another lap, at least the thing is with Sloth that he'll be able to. When the track's probably a little bit quicker later on, a couple of minutes later, and Weisshen will be setting his lap. Yeah, Plotters on in that lead inside the pit, so he's not got enough time to get out. Irish just on a slow lap at the moment, just preparing for his final run. Plotters is on in lap. Tommy, Theo, Sloth, Argentina on out laps. Model is still in the pits. He's now coming out, and Tree Slayer is the only car on a lap then. Jesse saying, I heard DT Bevs has been on that Seto Corsa team. Yeah, DT Bevs, of course, not with us, but this is his car that Tree Slayer's now in. You've got to say, Tree Slayer's been absolutely brilliant, isn't he? The last couple of weeks, 2 podiums. Last week in Russia is an absolutely outstanding drive, P11 to P3. And yeah, without Weisshen and Sloth the last couple of races, Tree Slayer has been the best of the rest, hasn't he? Let's see what his time is as he comes through sector 2. How far up on his time is he? He is 2.5 temps up is Tree Slayer. So again, this will be close. Can he get up to Plotters though? Plotters in the pit, so he's not going to be improving his time. I should think this will be Tree Slayer's last run unless he goes for back-to-back. It's going to be close with Plotters. How close is it going to be? He just misses out by a tenth. There we go. So Tree Slayer, he might be going for another lap though. I think he is. No fuel gauge flashing, so Tree Slayer is going to be going again. And that's why he went out earlier. Irish New Potato then. Still in P4. Then got Ferrari with young Tommy now starting his lap. Sloth's just preparing on his out lap, isn't he? He's not got too long left. He's making sure he's going to be the last car that crosses the line. He wants a grand finale, isn't he, at the end? Modu Job's on an out lap. After Sloth, then it's going to be Argentina. He's going to be next to set his lap, and this is going to be his first and final run. All eyes on Tommy saying Cryptic. Yeah, Tommy in P6 at the moment. Promotion from League 1 today to be in this league full-time next season. Let's see what we can do now, but here comes Argentina at the moment in the Alfa Romeo. DRS Open crosses the line, P8 for Argentina then, decent time in the 126 as well. Weisheng has missed the checker flag, so he's not going to be able to set another lap. So Sloth's relief, I'm sure. Young Tommy then, no, not young Tommy, sorry, it's going to be Tree Slayer next. He's on back-to-back runs, and he's just down his time at the moment. And he's low on the RS too. So it's going to be hard for him to improve. And if he does improve, I don't think he's going to be getting Plotter's time. He isn't across the line, no, so he might have found some time in the final sector. And he doesn't, though. He's at 10th down, doesn't improve in his time. Next is Irish. Irish goes up to P2. Great time from Irish. Theo's going to be next. He goes up to P7. Great time there from Theo. Young Tommy's about a 10th up. What can Tommy do? He stays P6, just 8 thousandths off Liam. Next is going to be Modu. He's 4 temps up at the moment, Modu. 4 temps up. He could be up. Wow, he could do anything. He could be right up there. Could be for 3rd or 4th this. Modu crosses the line. He gets P5. Great time still from Modu. Absolutely incredible. It is all down to Sloth. Can he get Weisheng? Can he get anywhere near it? Can he even get P2? What can Sloth do as he comes across the line? It is P2, I think that was. I don't know why it does that. It is P2 for Sloth. I think it was a 126.017.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I went...
Zero, oh, 126.015, there we go. It only lets you see it for like a split second, I think. But yeah, by 2.5 temps, Weisheng, yeah, that lap was just... Yeah,
that's quick, that's...
incredible. Absolutely incredible.
2.5 temps, same as Sloth's. My TT time is a 126.0. Jesus.
Weisheng, Sloth, Irish, top 3, Plotter's 4th, Tree Slayer 5th. I've got to highlight that. Modu in P6, that's an incredible time from him.
Yeah,
Liam in 7th. Tommy 8th, Theo 9th, and Argentina will be starting.
You never know what's going to happen in this race. We've got some rain at the end, you never know.
Yeah, of course. That will we see a lot towards the back, starting the hards then. Trying to go until the wet tyres come on. But yeah, the thing is, will there be... When will the rain come? Will it come halfway through the race, or will it not come at all, depending on how quick it goes?
You don't know, do you?
So if there's safety cars at the beginning of the race, then of course there's more chance of that of that rain coming earlier. I'm surprised you didn't invalidate there, Tommy saying Cryptic. Presume Cryptic was watching it then. Jake the Slayer said, are we happy with any points he gets today? Great job, Theo saying Cryptic. Of course, the Racing Point teammates. And he slowed down to stay valid, saying Tommy. So yeah, would have lost a bit of time from doing that, young Tommy. Lost 4 attempts in second sector, Tommy saying, yeah, so obviously he'd be disappointed with that. Here we go then, so formation that. Weisheng, Sloth, the top 2. No huge surprises there with that, let's be honest. Irish and P3 though, best of the rest. Let's have a look at the tyres there on them. And yes, we've got 4 cars on the hards. Jake in 13th. Ayrton 15th, Beefy 16th, and Shadders in 18th, all going for the hard tyres in the top 2. Oh, and who's that? Sloth's crashed. Sloth's crashed.
Oh, Weisheng's gone as well.
And Weisheng's crashed too.
What's happened here?
So, well, Irish now leads the formation now. What? Wow.
I don't know what happened there.
How on earth has that happened? I mean, they've not collided or anything because they're separate instances.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's lucky that was on the formation lap.
Oh, yeah. I bet they'll be scared now going to that one.
Confidence would have dropped a little bit there going into that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, definitely. To see one of them go off, it was a shock, but then when you see the other one go off.
There's hope. There's hope.
I bet. I've always said, why is damage off at the formation lap? You crash. You know. But well, they're happy there is no damage on the formation lap.
That's it.
Because I think they'd both be in big trouble if there was potentially not enough wheels to start the race. If there was, because they looked like heavy collisions they've both had with walls. But yeah, Irish New Potato in P3 now gets the slower pack down, leading this formation lap.
Yeah, I think that's giving Irish a bit of confidence there, hopefully. He needs
let's
points.
See what he does with the start. Theo saying, why can't I do formation lap?
Oh no.
Well, Theo has obviously got a problem in his car and it's not letting him take control. He's done that, yeah, it does do that sometimes. It doesn't let you take control at the race start, you have to leave and then join back. I've never had that problem, so not sure exactly
I've had
what
it a few times. You have to leave and then or take control of your car, but it's a bit late now.
So that was an eventful formation lap, to say at the least.
Let's hope the race is the same.
What a great camera angle that is, I've got to say. Look at that.
That's cracking, isn't it? I haven't seen that before. Got Sloth now coming.
Let's watch this. I hope that actually there we go. Just waiting for Sloth to close up at the front then, who's right at the back, of course. I don't know. There we go, that's better.
What we got here? We got Voisheng.
Cars still aren't revving up. Now the cars are revving up, so now we're going to get the imaginary lights, and it's lights out, and away we go. And Irish has not got the best of starts. He's been swamped. He's been swamped by a few cars.
Sloth's going to take a bit. Sloth's going to take Voisheng.
He's going to get it down the inside of Voisheng.
He's done it.
Sloth goes down the inside, and he takes the lead of the race. Modu's up into P3. What a start from Modu. And Irish is falling down the order. He's lost a couple of places.
Didn't have a great start there, Irish.
What a start from him, that is. As we now see the cars, Liam wanting to gain some places. He's looking to get Irish as well. They have just about avoid contact. McKenty and Woods have had brilliant starts towards the back too. And now Liam's going to go for it. He's going to go for it. An Irish New Potato. This is going to be a fantastic move. He can do it. But Irish takes the inside and takes that P5. And Modu's lost it. He's had a fantastic start and now he's lost it.
Oh no.
Down to the back of the field. He's got damage. Just saying how amazing he was doing, getting up into P3 for that start. And now he's crashed, and we've got Jake the Slayer and Serious Mushroom have come to blows.
Oh no, what's happened there?
They're now both down to last.
Yeah, Slayer's got wing damage,
Jake the Slayer as well, and that would ruin
see
both
what
of their strategies. Theo
Mushroom got
and
wing
Beefy.
damage.
That's Beefy's ghost, Theo's ghost, I think, still.
Right.
Mushroom okay, but Jake the Slayer, Mushroom
I didn't see that there. Did not see that.
Closing back up to Sloth. We don't know what happened to Mod. And Voisheng was late on the brakes. Nearly had to go down the inside there. Already they're pulling away from plotters.
Cool, we've got the two Ferraris fighting here. Tree Slayer, Young Tommy.
They are, of course, Young Tommy being a reserve. I'm sure he'll make sure Tree Slayer's well catered for. But yeah, it was a great start from Moddy. Woods up 4 places. McKenty up 6 places as well. Theo and Beefy now fighting. Theo is on the soft tyres, of course, and Beefy's on the hards. He's playing the long game here. Ayrton and Cryptic fighting for P15. Yeah, Jacob Slayer and Modu both in the pits then. Such a shame for Modu after such a fantastic start. And Cryptic,
so unlucky there.
Cryptic's really struggling here. I'm not sure what's going on. Taking all the curb. Vintage in P17, steady start. And we get a yellow flag for Shadows. And Shadows has lost it at Dunlop. And has he got damage?
Lucky boy. Just watching Irish here.
Not sure if he has or not. Irish then on plotters. No, he's nowhere near him. But
no,
Liam,
they were close.
For Liam to make this strategy work, he needs to try and make some moves if he can. He tried to make a move on Irish. Irish defended it absolutely brilliantly though. Good luck, everyone's saying. Jake the Slayer just before the incident he's just had. And
Doesn't surprise me.
He said he'd need luck, but it definitely needed it. But Moddy made up 3 places in the first couple of corners.
He had a cracking start.
Never seen a car go 6th to 3rd after just the first couple of corners. And look at this. Slough and Weisheng are not pulling away, are they? Weisheng will want to get past Slough though. Slough is going to keep him behind though, and look, fast as that goes through them all.
It's a cracker battle, top 5 here.
And Irish on Plotters, look, is he going to go for the move? McKenty's in the pit, so I presume he must have damage. And look at this, he's going around the outside. Irish just not got enough traction to go around the outside. Plotters just about keeps the move.
Irish has the pace.
Irish, of course, lost that place at the start, didn't he? 2 Plotters. He had a really poor getaway, Irish did. He just about avoids that curb going to Dunlop. Oh, I don't think this is going to be as straightforward as this usually is.
No, it's not, is
just
it?
got a warning there as well.
Oh.
And Plotters goes wide, and Irish is going to get a great opportunity here.
He's going to get
it. He takes a lot of the curb, and Plotters down the inside locks up. But by braking later, just about manages to keep the place. And
that's Liam interested in it now.
Irish and Liam really want to get past, because if Weisheng gets past Slough, you feel he's going to pull away. But Slough's not pulling away at all at the moment, whereas Plotters just holding up Irish and Liam at the moment. I think if Irish and Liam get past, they could challenge these top 2, but they've got to do it quickly. Yeah, look at that train forming up behind Plotters at the moment. He's already over a second behind Weisheng, and Weisheng closing up on Slough. He's a bit far back for a dive, I think, although he does brake later, doesn't he? Possibly another warning there for Weisheng. He might be on 2 warnings already. He's going to get DRS this time round though.
Yeah, I think he's going to get him here.
Slough does the fastest lap of the race. It's a great lap from
he's
Slough.
not,
He's not anywhere. He's nowhere near him. He's not going to get him here. But Plotters, under pressure from Irish, manages to keep the place as well. There's still no change down there. I'm not sure why. I presume McKenty had damage, and that's why he's obviously out to pit. But he did make places up on the first lap. Woods has done really well. He's up into P9.
P9 for Woods, well done, mate.
Soon.
Keep it going.
He'll probably spin now, I've said that. Here is Woods then, going through Dunlop. No, he doesn't spin. Doing really well at the moment. Oh, he's got an opportunity here, Weisheng. He's got a much better exit. Is he going to dive down the inside here? It's a great place to get a move done, and he doesn't.
No.
Into the chicane there. That's a really good opportunity to get a move done. A track that's difficult to overtake. That is a place where you'll see some dives down the inside. Slough still leads after taking the lead from Weisheng on the first lap. And yeah, the bottom 4 cars need a safety car, really, don't they, to bring them back into play. That's what they'll be hoping for now. And yeah, Jake the Slalom. Yeah, Mushroom obviously come together. Mushroom, no damage, has managed to close back up to the pack as well, so it's still lost him a few positions, but of course not the end of the world for him, as Plotters is still keeping Irish behind. And Plotters is still going at the same pace as the top 2, but Weisheng, this time I think he's getting a lot closer to Slough. He pulls to the outside.
Yeah, look at that.
He's going to go round the outside. Look.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, they make contact. And Slough is pushed off by Weisheng, and Weisheng takes the lead from it. So Weisheng making contact with Slough, which pushed Slough off the track a little bit, and then Weisheng sneaks the lead back. Surprised he took it there, but he is in front. Again, took time to give it back, and Slough's gone wide into Dunlop.
He nearly lost it there.
And I think he could be outside DRS zone soon.
Yeah, this could be Weisheng Garden, couldn't it, potentially?
It could be. It's a very aggressive move from Weisheng. Yeah, and Irish has just not managed to get past Plotters. Plotters has done a fantastic job defending it, and Liam's not managed to make these soft tyres work, and the best life of those probably gone by now, and Tree Slayer's catching up. Tommy's just there too. Argentina's a bit further back, and Woods on these soft tyres has had a fantastic start, gained 5 places. Now he's right in the back of Argentina as well, as he glitches around the corner, and Mushroom's getting past Finish for P16. I think Finish made that pretty easy for him. But yeah, already look, we've got a second between the top 2. So yeah, this is looking good for Weisheng. Everything looking rosy for him now, where Slough could be under pressure, and I think Slough, without having DRS, could be dragged into a battle with the cars behind him, as they have DRS.
Yeah, I think he's struggling a little bit, isn't he?
Yeah, Irish was really close to Plotters that time, but now Plotters has got the DRS from Slough. That's just about enough to keep him in front. If Plotters didn't have the DRS that time from Sloth, I think he'd have been overtaken there. Whew. Eventful start here, but still got 20 cars going. 4 cars had to pit early on, unfortunately, for wing damage. But most unfortunately, I mean, not good for anyone, but for Modu, who went up to P3 at the start to be down to P20. We don't know what happened, but it just went flying down the order. So here's McLaren and Williams for the constructors. Keep an eye on them. It's looking better for Williams at the moment, 2nd and 13th. McLaren 5th and 17th. Williams have got the form in their favour, and Sloth is about a second. He's closed back within a second of Weisheng. Can he get back within DRS? And this would make things really interesting.
He needs that DRS, doesn't he?
Of course, there's only one DRS zone here as well, so it's not as big as it is at other tracks, and even that DRS zone, the straight is pretty small. But if he can get within DRS, that would really help just to close that pack up again, and he is within 8.5 temps, so... And yeah, they've both got about the same ERS left as well, so Weisheng's having to fight to stay in front. And yeah, the grid was looking really compact, wasn't it, in qualifying. It is here as well, and there is DRS. I was about to say they've had no penalties yet, but Modu picks up the first one. And there we have DRS for Sloth, and Liam's in the pits already. So I wonder if we're going to get rain, will this be just for mediums? It's going to be for more softs for Liam, so there we go. We're definitely getting rain, I think, at some point. Because unless he's going for a soft medium.
Could be a master stroke from Liam there, you never know.
And that creates a bit of a gap between 4th and 5th. Tree Slayer, I wonder if Tree Slayer can now close this gap up to P4.
Yeah, we got a young Tommy and Sick there, both there.
And McKenty gets a 3-second time penalty. Liam comes out the pits in that big gap in P16. So Liam's got clean space now just to close up, hoping obviously other cars pit in front. Still got the battle, still between the top 6. They're all within DRS range of each other. Some of us just fallen outside actually. I think Sloth must have got a bad exit there because he's fallen. He's lost a few attempts to Weisheng, and Plotters is closing up on him now. I think Sloth might have made a little mistake there. Is that really a tight chicane? And Plotters is going wide. So Plotters,
yeah, I see that.
And he hits a lot of that curve there as well. So Plotters has let Sloth get away with it, and one of this will let Irish get an opportunity to get through it. He needs to do it now. He needs to stick with that slipstream, but he's not got enough DRS to do it.
No, it's only 5%.
When we get to the straight, Plotters is going to get DRS, which will make it really hard for Irish to get a move done. And Plotters is sliding. Plotters is struggling on these tyres at the moment.
Irish needs a good exit here.
He's got a good exit, but the thing is, it's just not good enough as quickly as a 3-second penalty. Because look, even with the toe and the DRS, Plotters has just got the DRS from Sloth, hasn't he? And we've got a 2.5 now between the top 2. So yeah, Weisheng's starting to pull away. No penalties in the top 10 yet. Now his Plotters is going slightly wide. The cars are struggling. They're not going as quick as I'd have thought, but Weisheng, I think he's getting a rhythm now. I do think that formation, that crash for both Weisheng and Sloth, I do think it got them a little bit. Because they've not pulled. Normally they just pull away, don't they? But they've not done it here.
Yeah.
We're on lap 8. Don't forget, end of this lap, we're a third of the way through the race already, and they've not managed to pull away at all. Though Weisheng is now starting to pull out a gap. Now he's managed to get out of that DRS range to Sloth. Yeah, I think Theo, obviously Theo couldn't take control of his car to begin with, so
Irish is close.
And here goes Irish, he's really close.
He's going to push it.
And Plotters goes wise, Liam's getting past Vintage back down the field. And Plotters is now outside DRS range to Sloth, so I think it's going to spread out the top 2. And Plotters,
Tree Slayer's got 84%. Yeah, he's got plenty of ERS. He hasn't used it.
Doing, isn't he?
Yeah,
exactly
and Irish is only on 10%.
Plotters has not got DRS. I think Irish is in with a good chance now if he gets a good exit. It's a decent exit. It's not the best though. I don't think he's close enough. He's not close enough, I don't think.
No.
He's gaining.
Just hasn't got enough ERS.
Is he going to go for it on the inside? He's not. He backs out of it. He just didn't have enough, did he? And Tree Slayer steals 90% of his ERS, saving up just.
That's incredible, isn't it?
He's just got incredible pace, isn't he, Tree Slayer? You can see the cars in front struggling, and Tree Slayer's just sat back as Liam's just the fastest lap of the race. And with rain scheduled to come, that could be important as Serious Mushroom goes down inside of Ayrton, makes a move there. And young Tommy set back pushing pretty too. They must be going quickly though, because Argentina's 3.2 seconds further back, so they must still be following each other at a decent enough pace around here.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
There they go then. Into the hairpin. Oh, and Tommy nearly goes in the back of his teammate there. Oh, Tommy lost a bit of traction there as we came off.
He did, yeah, I see
board
that.
of him, he just went off. Yeah, Woods in P8 has done an incredible job. He is on the soft tyres, but he's done really well so far. He's a few seconds clear of Equals in night 2. Vintage made up a few places just from other cars having to pit. He's running down P16 at the moment, and Liam on the soft tyres is now closing back through the field.
Trees there, still on 79% ERS.
Irish on plotters, even closer this time. He just needs that good exit, doesn't he? Irish needs a good exit. He's got to worry about what's behind him as well. And he's not close enough this time. I think we've got spots of rain.
We have, yeah. I've just seen it.
Rain.
Already?
We have got rain. Oh, Liam must have just not been able to hold on to those softs. But the thing is, it might still be a few laps until we change to the wet tyres. If we change to the wet tyres, might be one of those races where we just stay on the dry tyres and drizzle. But this is not a track you want drizzle on dry tyres.
No.
This really isn't, because it's bad enough as it is sliding. And look, Irish nearly loses it already. This is bad enough in the dry, but it's a few spots of rain, and this could kill someone. I would not be surprised if you see a big crash soon, and it can happen to anyone. It can happen to the best of us. And I wonder, yeah, tree, and someone's gone.
Oh, he's safe, he's gone.
Is it Vintage? It is Vintage. Vintage has already gone. He's spun off. We've got a yellow flag in sector 1 for it. Has he hit into the wall though? Won't let me look for damage at the moment.
He's alright.
Plotters is losing a lot of time. And Woods has left the session now.
Woods.
Send him an invite. Quickly send him an invite.
Yeah, I'll send him one.
And Irish still catching up to Plotters. I don't think anyone's going to be pitting yet, because there's still these dry tyres. It's far too early at the moment. And I wonder if it's going to pit Woods. I wonder if it's going to pit Woods and put him on more dry tyres. No, it's not. So that's a blessing for Woods. And here goes Irish round the outside of Plotters. Is he going to get the move done? He's still going for it. He's sticking it round. Look at that. That's fantastic driving from both of them. And Irish makes the move. Finally gets ahead of Plotters after so long. He does it in the wet conditions. Plotter's been struggling for a while now. And finally Irish gets through him. He'll be wanting to push on to the top 2 now. Brilliant racing from Lees, and Plotters hits the inside of Dunlop, and he's under big pressure from Tree Slayer now. Tree Slayer with all his CRS saved up as well. And if he gets a good exit here, he's going to have a go down the inside, possibly on Plotters. He's got great traction. He's not even using his ERS. He's looking at down the inside. He's just not quite got it, has he?
No.
He weren't going late on the brakes.
The Tree Slayer should get him.
He's using his ERS now as well. He's really having a look at it. And Equals is getting past Woods. Of course, Woods is out of the session, but he has just joined back, which is good for him. And Irish has not really managed to put away from Plotters, is he? He's 3 seconds off Sloth. And Vice Sheng's not been able to put away from Sloth, is he? We know it's not one of Vice Sheng's favourite tracks. He's not managed to put away, is he? Irish is getting out of that toe, isn't he? He doesn't want to be slipstreamed. Young Tommy's had a great race, going 2 places. He's just sat there, isn't he? Just sat there and watched this battle in front unfold. And we get, well, our timings are gone. That's because Woods is back in his car, I presume. And look how close Tree Slayer is to Plotters. Of course, Plotters has got DRS though from Irish, and it's just... Is Tree Slayer going to go down the inside? I don't think he can. He's going to have to back out. And he's used a bit more of his ERS now, and Plotters just slows down, and Tree Slayer goes into backing. I don't think he's got any damage though. Irish closed in a few temps on Sloth as well, so this train is getting quicker.
He's catching, yeah.
The rain's
just needed that fresh air, didn't he? Clean air.
Yeah, he did. And Plotters hitting a bit of the glass again. He's fallen away now. If he's not careful, he'll be outside DRS range on Tree Slayer. It'll be easier for him. And this battle from P7 where Argentina is. Argentina driving around his own line, 4.5 seconds further back, and Jake the Slayer has lost it coming onto the straight. He's down into last now. He's lost it coming on the straight. I wonder if he's got damage. If he has got damage, he's going to do a whole lap. He is lucky he hasn't got any damage. Plotters is already a second behind Irish, so he's not going to have any DRS. And Treese might look to get a move done before the DRS zone on the straight anyways. Disabled his DRS now. But he's following. I wonder if he's going to go for a dive here. Treese is going to go to the outside. They're going to go side by side. Yes, they are. Plotters is on the inside. But look at this camera angle. And Treese manages to get past just before the straight. I don't think Plotters gets DRS here. No, he doesn't. So this is going to help Treese's teammate, young Tommy in the Ferrari. Can they get past the Alfa Romeo together? Yes, they can. And that was absolutely brilliant from Treese there. Helping out his teammate, getting the move done into the braking zone in sector 3. So Plotters didn't have the DRS. Treese did, and also Tommy did as well. So that really helped him get his teammate past Plotters as well. Brilliant teamwork there. As Beefy and Cryptic, I think, made a bit of contact there.
Yeah, we've got a close battle here between Liam, Mushroom and Beefy, haven't we? Cryptic.
Yeah, Liam's on the back of this too on these fresher, soft tyres. He's not made the strategy work. Liam, the soft, but he's looking a lot quicker at the moment, and he'll have so much more grip at this stage, just because all the others will be being extra cautious with the rain now as well, which has started to pick up a little bit. But Liam will need to get past Lees quickly to make his strategy work, and he's taken a good line now. I think he's going to have a good chance of getting past Mushroom. He's going to have a great chance of getting past Mushroom in the braking zone here. He's got to go for it.
He's going to get him, yeah.
For it, and he's got to be careful of Beefy there. Makes a bit of contact, Mushroom, but Liam gets the move done. Next up comes Beefy. 1.7 between the top two. Irish 2.6 further back. Tree Slayer used a lot more at ERS now, but he's closing up within DRS range of Irish. Young Tommy's still there. Plotter's still on the back of this battle, even though he's lost 3 places the last couple of laps, and he's sliding everywhere. And we get a yellow flag, and that's from McLaren. I think it's McKenzie. It is McKenzie. And he's just lost it, coming out. That's a slow zone there as well, isn't it? As the Racing Points switch places. I think that was orchestrated there. I think has Theo been on these softs since the start of the race, isn't he?
Theo's on 12 laps soft, yeah 12 laps.
Woods has as well. He'll stick to the tyres now. I haven't even looked at the tyres the whole race.
That's pushing it on the softs, that is, especially the wet conditions now.
As Jake the Slayer gets a 3-second penalty. Still not had many time penalties. We've gone halfway in this race. It's gone incredibly quick. Shank 1.6, clear it off. Again, a penalty could change the outcome of this race. Irish is slowly closing in on the top 2. It's the quickest one out of him at the moment. But he is being caught by Tree Slayer and Tommy as well. These Ferraris are flying at the moment. And Modu's getting past McKenty. McKenty's in the pits. He's had to put some more fresh softs on. So I wonder if he got damage out of that spin as well. So yeah, this rain has been here for a good few laps now. I wonder if this is just going to be drizzle.
It's going to be it, and
if it carries on like this, I don't think the track's ever going to get wet enough.
McLaren is gone.
It's Liam. Did
Lost
he make
it there?
Contact with Mushroom?
No, I think he just slid there.
But it's not going well for McLaren at all, is it? Both out of the points. Ayrton's in 14th, Slough up in 2nd. And Ayrton now gets a 3-second time penalty. And Mushroom and Beefy, they're getting really close. They're side by side. Beefy's on these hard tyres. They've not been great for him, have they? Hard's not great in these conditions. Obviously slides, and Mushroom gets back off the pits well. Great recovery from Mushroom after that instant with Jake Gasayo early on. So Theo now is coming into the pits, and he can't bear it any longer. He's going to put mediums on now as well. Beefy gets a better exit. Mushroom is compromised by Theo swinging across into the pits. Is Beefy going to go down the inside? He has to back out of it, and he takes a lot of curb. He's lucky not to slide.
Yeah, hit that grass there.
Inters for Woods and Theo. There we go. So they think it's time for Inters.
That's a risky move. I don't think it's ready for Inters yet.
Oh, young Tommy's sliding. I think we're getting that way though. I do think the track's getting a bit wetter. We're getting
maybe a lap or 2.
And Slough struggling now too. And Irish has gained over a second on Slough. We're definitely getting towards Inters, I think. Let's keep our eyes on Woods. Let's watch Woods for a minute. 18.5 the gap to Ayrton. Don't forget Ayrton's on old hards. No, it'll take. Oh, He's lagging everywhere. I don't know. It's not time for Inters, I don't think.
No.
They're losing a lot of time to cars in front of Old Hart. Liam's getting past FIFA Beefy again.
2 or 3 laps.
Pretty comfortably. I think a couple laps away yet. Of course, Theo had to pit. He had no choice. He's on 14 lap old Softs, but Sloth's in the pits now. Again, I think
what's he
gonna
do?
So much time. It's got to be the Inters now, isn't it? Surely. Or will he go for Softs at the end if it's not going to get any worse? He does go for Softs.
Yeah. I don't think the track is not ready. Definitely not ready.
Woods and Theo, it looks like they've made a big mistake there. Sloth in the pits for Softs. We see young Tommy getting so close to his teammate there, Treeslayer. This is so promising for young Tommy. These two this could be the battle next season for the championship. Plotters there too could involve him. Of course, Irish is in front of them. Would involve him too. I wonder if any of these top 7 are going to pick, because everyone is medium since the start of the race. Will they go for Softs? Will they go for Inters? Will they try and eke it out a couple more
15 laps on the medium tyres.
Get wetter? But Woods and Theo both on the Inters, and they are losing so much time. They've lost 5 seconds just on this lap. And Irish goes a bit wide. But yeah, this Ferrari battle. Both saving up a lot of VRS. I think they're just driving around sensibly. And they're on some great points here, as are the Alfa Romeo team. And Woods, unfortunately, has left the session again.
He's got to cut him in line. Set him up here.
For move his teammate, he's not. He just backs out of it. It wouldn't be a sensible thing to do. Modu gets past Theo as Theo lost it. I think he did lose it for a minute there. Sloth gets past Equals on these fresh soft tyres. Treeslayer and Plotters into the pits then. It's soft tyres for Treeslayer and for Plotters. It's Inters.
Jetty Slayer just passed Theo because the Inters are gone. They're not ready.
So Plotters has gone for the Inter, although Plotters, and Theo's really starting to lose it. But Plotters was struggling a lot more, wasn't he? On the dry tyres in these conditions. Does look like it's getting cloudier, it does look like it's getting wetter. Liam gets past Treeslayer, so Treeslayer's come out the pits just behind us to battle, and we get a yellow flag, and that's for Theo.
Yeah, these tyres are not ready.
He's down to last now. Woods back in his car in 15th.
Watch Jake the Slayer and Shadows here.
Well, and Ayrton and Plotters. And we've got to watch Ayrton and Plotters here because Ayrton's on old hard. And Weisheng's got a 3-second penalty. But let's look at this. Plotters is on Inters. Ayrton is on old hards and he's catching Plotters.
Wow, yeah.
And it's Plotters is sliding everywhere. It's definitely not time for Inters, is it?
Yeah, Woods is struggling as well, yeah.
There we go. Ayrton's going to get past Plotters here.
Woods and Jake the Slayer. Jake has got through.
Ayrton's close to the door a bit there. But that could have been nasty. I think I did the exact same thing to Welsh Maldonado on Monday. Or the Monday before. Owen Plotters is just sliding everywhere. Yeah, it's definitely not right for Inters at the moment. Weisheng and Tommy come in the pits. And they avoid making that mistake, I think. Oh! Tommy's put fresh mediums on. Oh.
Was that a mistake?
Weisheng's put hard tyres on.
Yeah, Weisheng's got hards.
And there's
it's going to be Irish New Potatoes win here if he keeps it on.
Well, Sloth's obviously, he's got a pit, obviously, Irish has.
Oh, Sloth's on the soft side. Excuse me, I didn't see that.
But Weisheng on the hard tyres, it's a strange one. And he's come out he's 4 seconds behind Sloth. I wonder what's happened to Weisheng. He's put hards on softs. There's loads of cars now coming in for the Inters. This is strange. This Irish.
I don't know what's going on here.
This is. And we get a yellow flag for Beefy, who started to look nearly lost it through done. McKenty gets a penalty. Plotters is back in the pit for fresh softs now. So Mushroom, Liam, I think made a mistake there. But Sloth's pulling away from Weisheng, as he will, I think, for the rest of the race. Weisheng's put the wrong tyres on. Young Tommy's just thrown away his race because he's started on, but he's got a pit again. Started on mediums, put more mediums on. maybe his optimal
So yeah, he's
strategy at the start of the race was medium, medium, soft, possibly.
Yeah,
I don't.
he's
know
got
what
to put the
he's done
softs
there.
on. Yeah.
But Irish New Potato is now in the pits. He's gone as far as he can go, and he puts on soft tyres. There we go. So soft tyres for Irish. Argentina's in the pits too. What will it be for him? Softs or intermediates? Sloth takes the lead of the race. Yeah, Weisshain, of course, that 3-second penalty as well. Treesay on his soft tyres is going to go up to P3 by the looks of it. It's always going to be close with him and Irish. Treesay gets out ahead. Does the undercut on Irish then? Beefy gets a penalty for speed in the pit lane on those hard tyres. And it is softs for Argentina as well, who's going to come out in P6. Just some cars have really lost out there on strategy, haven't they?
They have, yeah. A tricky one, wasn't it?
It's a really, really strange one. Yellow flags, so Renault going slowly. It is definitely not time for winners, is it? These tyres are going to be burning up. Theo's back onto the softs as well. Beefy comes out on the softs. I want to watch this battle now. Beefy's going to come out right in the middle of this battle. Just watch how much he's going to close on Liam and Mushroom, because he's on fresh softs and the others are on inters.
Slayer is in the pits.
Look at the speed through the corners.
Jake, the Slayer's going on intermediates as well.
Oh yeah, a lot of them are. It's just not. Look at this. It's just not right at all. Beefy's going around the outside of Dunlop, getting past Liam. That's how much of an advantage the soft tyres have got at the moment. There we go. Beefy's just made a move on the outside of Dunlop. When have you ever seen that? Because of the tyres. And look, now he's going to ease past Serious Mushroom. It's a huge mistake from whoever put the inters on. To be honest, I'd have put the inters on, and I'd have been well done too. But Modu's not pitted. Well, he has pitted. I doubt he'll be able to go to the end. But Plotters is now looking good. He's rectified his mistake by putting the inters on, and now he's put the softs back on. He's up into P13. He's closing up. Cars in front. He could still be on for some good points here. Young Tommy's back in the pit. Such a shame for Tommy. I don't know why he put more mediums on. He's now coming for the softs. But Cryptic Alibi is in P7. He's got a penalty, but he's got the strategy absolutely bang on, and he could be picking up some
good points here. Yeah.
And he's going to get past Tommy as well, so he's going to go up to P6. Equals, of course, is there too, and Beefy's so far back. Well, he's not so far back, but he's a few seconds back, and a yellow flag. And as for Theo again, sliding there, coming out of the hairpin again, as Mushroom's getting passed by Liam, a battle on the inters, and Shadows on these 15-lap-hole mediums. I think he's going to have to pit soon, but he's going to get past there.
Liam's struggling there.
I'm shocked we've still got 20 cars going in these conditions, some on the wrong tyres. I'm surprised no one's... Oh, and look at this battle. Ayrton sticking it on the outside of Shadows there on the inters. These are the worst conditions to drive in, and probably the worst track for it.
Oh, Shadows got it back again.
Woods has gone. Woods has gone. Again, and he's got big damage too. Woods was looking really good at one point as well. Sloth now laps. Anyway, look at this. Irish New Potato on Treesay. Is he going to stick it around the outside? He's not, but he's going to go for a better exit. He's going to get a much better exit here. And of course, DRS is still going, but he gets a poor... He got a poor exit and he got some bit of a wobble. And Woods gets a 10-second penalty for corner cutting. Not sure
10 seconds? Wow, how much corner did he cut?
He's using the old pit entrance, and Woods is into the pits then. Theo's in the pits. Theo is back on the inters. I wonder if Woods...
Woods, he could have got a point for fastest... Oh,
that's
I don't
Woods
know,
going to League 1. Vintage then in P18. Only Theo's behind him. He's still going. Modu's in 13th, getting past by Plotters. Modu has probably still got to pit. Liam and Mushroom back out for the final point at the moment on the inters. Still not ready for inters though, this track, is it? They're still sticking with it. But with Jake the Slayer down the bottom, he's not going to be winning this race, is he? So that's pretty much going to confirm
Liam has a point at the minute.
Pretty much confirming Liam for Premier League next season, isn't it? But at the top, as it stands, Weisshain might not even be on the podium. Because Treesay is in 2.4, Irish is just under a second behind. If they close up more to Weisshain, that could complete the podium. But penalties, in terms of penalties, yeah, Weisshain's on 3, Cryptic, I think it's just 3, yeah it is. Beefy's got 5 for speed in the pit lane, and the rest it is just penalties for exceeding track limits. We get a yellow flag, and that is It must be for Modu. I think it was for Modu. He's lost some seconds there. He's still on these hard tyres. Who has got the... I can't see anyone improving.
Yeah, he's on 18 lap hard tyres.
Fastest laps for Liam. I don't think anyone's going to improve on that because of the conditions. So Liam's going to get a bonus point there. Well, I think Plotters is going to be closing up to Mushroom and Liam and taking him soon.
But it's definitely a point for Liam.
He's getting through.
Touch wood.
Ayrton. Ayrton's in the wall. Sliding on these intermediates. I think he's he's not managed to avoid damage. He's got big damage there.
No, yeah, he's got massive damage.
Manages to go around the outside as well. I've not seen and Ayrton's fly into the gravel as well. He needs to slow that down. Vintage is going to be getting him now as well. Vintage has been lapped. Plotters now getting past Serious Mushroom on these soft tyres. It's only a matter of time before Plotters gets Liam. The track's just not got wetter, has it? Not got wetter at all.
It's tricky, isn't it? Yeah.
And Weisheng moves it to Tree Slayer. I don't know why Weisheng put the hards on. I don't know why. Maybe we did say though, didn't we? Medium hards is something Weisheng does a lot. Maybe he just forgot to change his tyre, like Tommy did. And Tree Slayer now on Weisheng is looking really good. ERS is activated.
Yeah, he's got him there.
And he goes around the outside and gets the move done. And Irish is going to be watching this, wanting to get past Weisheng in a minute too. But Argentina 5th, Equals getting past Cryptic Alibi for P6.
Fantastic from Argentina.
And Theo's flying into the wall. Look at that, we've got a great view of that. Theo flies into the wall. Just lost traction into the hairpin. He needs to calm it down. He's been off about 5 times now.
He's got any damage though, is he?
He must have damage from that, surely.
He's got no damage. He's everywhere, yeah. Cool your tyres down. And slow it down.
In the pits. Weisheng gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pits as well.
Weisheng,
and now he goes to Winters. So now he thinks it's time to change to Winters. So Weisheng's now on 8 seconds of penalties. And it doesn't look like he's going to be on the podium today. And it looks like Soft's got the win. But of course, in these conditions, nothing is done. You never know. All it takes is one slide.
P4 for Argentina here.
Argentina in 4th. Weisheng's going to come now in 5th still. But of course, he's got 8 seconds of penalties. So if Equals can close up, if these inters don't work, yellow flag is for Theo, isn't it? He's just flying everywhere in the ball. He's got damage now. He needs to just calm it down.
Yeah.
We're not going to get anywhere.
It's too hot.
Spinning as Tommy gets past Cryptic. Tommy on much fresher soft tyres. If Cryptic can hold on to 8, that'd be brilliant points for him. And Cryptic sliding though. I think it might be time for inters, you know.
It's come to that time, isn't it?
Look at him. And Cryptic's off. He's got a 3-second penalty for that. He's sliding everywhere. Is Weisheng closing up though? He's closing up now, Weisheng. Of course, Weisheng's the absolute master of drivers, so it's a lot to go on. And an Alpha Romeo, and that's Plotters. Plotters on the soft tyres has lost it. I think we're at the turnover time finally to put the inters on. Yeah, Weisheng's taking 6 attempts out of Argentina. I think we're at the crossover. Will DRS be disabled soon? Because
have we got enough?
That is when you know it's the time to go for it. But the cars that have been on the inters for a while, they're probably burnt out now. Vintage is in the pits. Will that be for inters? Oh, who was that? Weisheng's gained over a second on Argentina. Argentina's in the pits. Yep. He slows the car down in time as well. So Weisheng with 8 seconds of penalties came into the pits and I think made the right choice. McKenty's lost it. And McKenty's on the inters as well. So that's worrying. The cars that are about to put the inters on. And Argentina's coming up behind Weisheng. Tommy's in the pits. Cryptic's in the pits as well. I think they got, and Cryptic's got 5 seconds. Just blowing his points away.
Yeah.
Equals in 5th. So Sloth, Tree Slayer, Irish New Potato, the top 3 are and DRS is disabled.
DRS has been disabled.
So there we go. It is time for the inters after about 15 laps of do-dallying about. And now Sloth, Tree Slayer and Irish have got to crawl back to the pit lane to get these inters on, and they've got a job in their hands to keep their cars on the track. And Sloth he's going to be losing time. Weisheng will be closing up, but of course he's got 8 seconds of penalties.
Yeah, it's costing big time. Theo, another 3 seconds time penalty.
Even going through here for Sloth to this left-hander on the straight could be difficult. Oh no, it's easy as hell for him. He's got to be careful not to lose it as Jake gets another 3-second penalty. Yeah, look at him tiptoeing. They're tiptoeing. You've got to avoid penalties for speeding in the pit lane as well. And Sloth stays out.
Oh, he's pushed. Oh, maybe he feels confident enough, but...
And Tree Slayer stays out. And Irish New Potato comes into the pits. Theo gets a penalty for speeding in the pit lane. He's over a lap down. McKenty's back in the pits. But Weisheng on these inters. And Irish New Potatoes put the inters on too. And I wonder who's going to come out in front. Will it be Irish or Weisheng? I think it will just be Weisheng.
Weisheng, oh yeah.
He's still going down the pit lane. Yeah, he's going to get out in front. But he has got 8 seconds, so Irish could still be on for a podium here. But Sloth and Tree Slayer, DRS disabled, and they stay out. There's only, once this lap's finished, there's only 2 more laps left. Equaz now into the pits too. Beefy's come into the pits as well. And Liam, because he was already on the inters, he looks like he's going to be picking up some decent points now. Tommy on the inters too. Let's have a look at the pit stops. 4 stops for McKenty. Yeah, 2 stops in a row, 3 stops for some. Liam is now in P6, so it has worked out for him eventually. Yeah, Beefy's in the pits too. Cryptic. Mushroom's only been on these softs one. I think Cryptic's still in a great place to get at least 1 point. Beefy's just come in the pits too, but with those 8 seconds of penalties for Cryptic, it's going to be hard to get any more than 1 point, but it's a huge gap further back. And we get a yellow flag for an Alfa Romeo. That's Plotters who's lost it again. He doesn't like these conditions, does he? I think we found Plotter's weakness today, haven't we? Mushroom is back in the pits though. I think we found out today more than anything how useless Jeff is.
Oh, yeah, it's pointless having him.
It's Argentina in the gravel on the
Oh no!
He's still clear of Liam.
P5, yeah.
He was P5 anyway, and he's still 7 seconds clear of Liam. So as long as he keeps it on the road the last 2 laps, he should be okay. But oh, Weisheng's lost it, and he's flying into the wall. He's lost it.
Yeah.
Wow, and he just lost it. I said earlier with Sloth, they might even struggle coming through this left-hander here, and he made it look easy. But that's where Weisheng has lost it. As we go on with Argentina, yeah, he backs off through there now, and Weisheng, he stays out. He's somehow got no damage, just glided along the wall. He's lucky there. So he's got no damage, but 8 seconds of penalties. Argentina could take that position off if he closes up. But the podium looks set now, doesn't it? Sloth, Tree Slayer and Irish, unless something goes wrong in the last couple of laps. But Sloth and Tree Slayer, how they've managed to stay out on these soft tyres.
Oh, I don't know.
That's an incredible job from them. But they've made the right choice, because if Sloth had pitted, Tree Slayer would be there. And FIFA Beefy's crashed. FIFA Beefy has crashed. We'll go on board with Jake Destay. Jake Destay's quite... Again, it's where Weisheng crashed, where his teammate crashed. But Weisheng obviously lucky not to get any damage.
Jake Destay's going to pick up a point here potentially, or Shadows could pick up a point because Jake Destay's got penalties.
Yeah. And Jake Destay's near the opposite, but yeah, that's where Beefy's lost it, coming through that left-hander. Let's have a look then. A Sloth is coming up to there now as well. It's 5.6 between the top 2. A mistake or a penalty for Sloth could really cost him. There's only a lap left when they cross the line.
Irish is, unfortunately there's only a lap left, but Irish is taking seconds off him a lap.
He is.
2 or 3 seconds.
Is, yeah. If there was a couple more laps, I think the top 2 would have had to pit anyway. But yeah, Irish New Potato, these inters are now absolutely flying. He's close. It's 2 tenths between 4th and 5th. But if he's left a session, unfortunately his return hasn't gone great for him. What strange race this has been though, as we do start the final lap of this epic race. Sloth and Tree Slayer, can they hold it together just for 1 more lap? This is going to be an incredible job if they can, to go 4 laps on the soft tyres. But look how much Irish is closing up. I think it's just going to be too much. He's pushing it. But he is really pushing it. And he went a bit wide down into turn 1 and lost some time. Plotters gets a penalty. Shadows looks like he could be getting that final point as well, as long as he stays on 3 seconds of Jake. And look at them tiptoeing round. Sloth and Tree Slayer. They got to avoid mistakes. We get a yellow flag, and that's for... It's an Alfa Romeo with Modu. Goes sliding off. And McKenty's done the same thing. And McKenty's retired. McKenty's crashed out there. But it is all go now. And look, Irish, how much he's closing up.
He's 10 seconds.
I think it's 1 lap too late with more and more victims out. I think he's lapped 1 more lap.
Too much,
and I think Irish could have done it. But Sloth saving up all his ERS2. He doesn't want to use it as he's sliding through the corners. And Tree Slayer doing the same thing behind, slowly closing up, but no penalties for either of them. He kills down that ERS. And this has been an incredible race. And we get another yellow flag.
Weisscheng's retired.
He's crashed.
He's gone.
He's had another spin off, hasn't he? And there we go, he's spun there. We see Argentina leaders, but Weisscheng is out, and that's going to cost him in the championship race. And Sloth goes really deep, and Trise goes really deep. Can Irish pick up anything? It's just about going to be enough.
Yeah,
Sloth
he's done it.
One
more lap he needed.
A win from Sloth. Trise takes second, Irish takes third, and Theo's crashed out now as well. What a race. What an absolutely fantastic race. Fantastic for the top three. And Theo lost at the same place where Weisscheng did in the end. One more sector, and Irish could have won that race. But a first podium in WNR for Irish New Potato after about
well done, Irish, mate. They needed that.
Argentina takes fourth. Liam and Tommy are batting it to the line for P5. No penalties for either. Liam takes fifth, and Liam is promoted to the Premier League. Fantastic there for Liam.
Well
Tommy
done,
in
Liam.
Sixth. Equaz is going to, not mentioned Equaz much, but he takes seventh. Cryptic Alibi is going to take P8 as well. Brilliant for Cryptic. Some much needed points. Jake the Slayer's in P9. Penalty wise, he's got 6 seconds, so Shadows could be taking 9th here, which would be great points for him. And the Mushroom could be taking that final points. We're still going. Oh, it was an incredible race, so absolutely incredible.
That was action packed, wasn't it? I wasn't expecting that.
The bottle for Sloth and Tree Slay to stay out on those softs.
Yeah, fantastic from Sloth there.
And it just paid off. Jake the Slay across the line, he's got so many penalties, so I don't think he's going to keep that 9. Shadows takes 9. Mushroom takes 10th to finish the points. Plotter's 11th, first time outside the points, I believe. Modu's still going on the softs as well. Not gone his way, unfortunately.
Mental that was.
DNF's all wrapped up in the end, just from the conditions. It was only a matter of time. Oh, but that was an absolutely incredible race. And yeah, Modu's just going to come across the line just to finish this race in P13 with Weisscheng DNF, McKenty DNF, double DNF for Red Bull. We'll go through the results in a second. That was tricky saying Teresa like that. Honestly, I'm so glad I weren't racing, because that is probably the hardest race I've ever seen for anyone.
Oh. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't do it now.
Hardest race I've ever seen. I've watched and raced in hundreds, and I don't think I've ever seen conditions harder than that. At that track as well.
Brilliant.
And there is Sloth on that top step. Oh wow. So Liam actually gets 11 points. And yeah, Sloth taking 25 points, Weisscheng not taking any. That really extends it at the top for now for Sloth. He's looking like favourite for the champion, to be champion, isn't he?
Yeah. 4 to go after this. Is it 4 to go after this, did you say?
It is 4 to go, yeah.
Yeah.
Tree Slayer third and second, and he's definitely going to be contender next year, isn't he? As is this man, Irish New Potato. He did 6 races, I think, in the Premier League last season and didn't pick up any points. He's done, I think, about 5 before he picked up his first points a couple of weeks ago in Britain, and finally gets on the podium. Right. That's his true pace. Argentina 4th, quality. Liam 5th, Tommy after that mistake 6th, Equals 7th, Cryptic in 8th. Great to see him getting some points, he deserves them. Shadows 9th and Mushroom 10th, getting the benefit of Jake's penalties. Further down, Jake the Slayer, Plotters, Modu in 13th, Weisscheng DNF in 14th, Vintage and Ayrton, I think they were both lapped, and McKenty DNF. Theo, I don't think it's a lap, he didn't crash. Beefy obviously losing it where Weisscheng lost it in the end. And then Woods, of course, retired in the pit, so he'll be deducted a further 2 points. So he's now -7. Oh.
That looks definitely relegation for Woods, doesn't it?
I can't help but think Tommy, if he didn't put those mediums on, he'd have saved about 25 seconds there. Where would he have been? He'll be kicking himself. At least he is only reserving though. But
still P6, eh? It's great.
That's what I mean. It could have been closer to a podium though. Yeah, Mushroom and Liam loved that wet battle they had. And yeah, Argentina very happy. What a day for Argentina. Makes his comms debut and then gets P4.
Yeah, he's getting the pace back now, isn't he? Slowly but surely.
Yeah, Mushroom had an incident with Slayer, I think, on the first lap. Not sure what that was about.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Yeah, I didn't see it.
Sure, that'll be reported either way. Oh, anyway, it draws us to a close. I think I deserve a drink after that. I think all you deserve a big drink as well after that. Racing in that. Oh, dear.
Incredible.
I bet you're glad you didn't race now.
No, definitely not.
Really? Yeah. Anyway, we're going to end it there. Again, incredible race to everyone. Well done, the top three. Sloth and Tree Stone, particularly brilliant to stay out on those softs. I'd say one more sector and I think they'd have lost it to Irish, but Irish was hunting them down. He knew he'd have had a chance. He smelt blood and he nearly got it, didn't he? But fantastic race to everyone. Premier League tomorrow. Let's hope for more of the same of that. Thank you all for... Good night.